In this lecture, we're going to be giving you some tips about how you can produce valid requirements and certain vocabulary that you should or shouldn't use within your writing of the requirements. So the word shall is an extremely important word for requirements, and you're actually going to get quite sick of writing shall. But what it's doing is it's very clearly stating that the system or whatever it is shall do this. Basically, it's saying it must do this. It will meet this. It will do this. It will function in this way. So shall is really important. But the other piece to that is you only use shall once within the requirement. You don't want to be shall, shall, shall. Basically, then if you have multiple shalls, that should probably be broken up into multiple requirements because you're stating different facts. You want your requirements to be very short and in simple sentences. That goes back to our first point. You want it to be specific. You want to use consistent terminology. You want to be stating things positively. You don't want to be saying the system should not or shall not do this. You want to say the system shall do this. And you want to state it in a positive manner. Most people's brains work in a positive manner, so it's a lot easier just to do it that way. And that we don't have to, you don't ever get into a double negative. The system shall not, blah, blah, blah. And it just gets really confusing to read and understand. Again, you want it to be very simple, clear, and easy to read. The next thing is you want to accompany your requirements with notes and comments to support or clarify. So this is something that a lot of people don't do. For a lot of my requirements documents, I use Microsoft Word. We'll get into a business requirement document in a future lecture, but I use Microsoft Word. It's very easy to add a comment, to add a highlight, clarification right there in the requirements document. I got my requirement listed, and then I've got a comment that kind of floats off to the side of it, and that way it's easy to read. And you know what's really cool is you can turn the comments off. So then you have your requirements document for approval, but you can turn it on if you want to get in depth or have more knowledge. So very important that you're writing that and you're giving yourself some context about what that's really covering or some of the assumptions or supporting information for that requirement. You want it to be stated imperatively. So what that means, you want to be very clear that this is what will happen. It's not that this should happen or could happen. This will happen. This shall happen. This shall be done. And so you're stating it very clear, positively, and almost like forcefully. You're not asking a question. And last, don't use will or should. Again, it kind of goes to the imperatively. It just causes confusion, and it just adds some generalness to something that you want to be very, very straightforward. So let's talk about some translations for different requirements and different requirement verbiage. First one is or. Many people probably know this, but this means that they're going to select one of the options. The system shall do this or do this. And what that's saying is it either needs to do this or this, and one of those will meet the requirement. Can, should, not good. You're expressing desire instead of a requirement. Must, that's great. You're going to write that. That means it's 100% reliable. The system must respond within 7 seconds. And of course, we'd have to put more detail around what are we doing that has to respond and what is a response. But you kind of get what the point is. It must respond in 7 seconds. You're saying it must. Are, is, will. It's a descriptive part that you're going to utilize in the beginning of your requirements, and that'll kind of lead into it. Support and or, those are both confusing terms. You don't want to say that this system shall support this other system. What does support mean? What is it doing? You should be writing out that this system should be passing data or should be taking some of the load off of that other system to run the process or whatever it is. And or, that's just a confusing term in general because you're saying two different things. You're saying both an inclusive and, so it means that these two things must be included, and or means you have to choose one or the other. What is it? If you're saying and or, you're very confusing on what that requirement means and how you validate that that's being met. but not limited to, etc. Those are really incomplete requirements or thoughts. You shouldn't be saying but not limited to. Tell it what it's limited to or not limited to, etc. That's a common thing where once you run out of ideas, you just write etc. So, okay, it'll do this, this, and this, etc. Right? I'm out of ideas, but there could be more. I'm just too lazy to think of it and come up with those other things. Definitely not. You don't want etc. used in your document. Shall, again, this dictates a specification and functional capability. The system shall respond in 7 seconds. It's very easy to tell if that requirement's been met. Finally, we want to talk about some of the terms to avoid. So these are terms that a lot of people use in their requirements, and they really need to be reutilized as a different word because they're confusing or they don't provide any detail. Adequate. What is adequate? You should be defining that with a number or some type of measurable thing. Adequate isn't something that can be measured. Approximately, same thing. It should respond in approximately 7 seconds. What does that mean? Does that mean 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 2 seconds? Approximately mean 12 seconds? Is that close enough? It's all up to interpretation. Better than. Well, no, don't say better than. Say it shall respond in this amount of time. Well, of course, if it's less than that, that's going to be great. So never use better than. Don't use a comparison to something else. Don't say it's going to be easy or it should be easy. That's just, you're basically knock on wood because you're going to make that hard, and then the developer is going to come over and kick you later. Maintainable. Well, what does it mean by maintainable? Okay, this needs to be the system shall be maintainable. What does that mean? Do you need to run an upgrade through every month? Do we need to have an admin, a non-technical person that can go in and run the certain cleanup jobs? What's maintainable? Maximize, minimize. 2 more terms. Don't use it. Normally. No. The system should normally do this. No. You need to say what it needs to do every time, not what it could possibly do normally. Optimize. You need to say what optimize is. Quality product. That's so general. Don't use quality product. We want this to be a quality product. Okay? Say it in more specifics. What makes a quality product? We want it to be quick or rapid. No, you need to give it measurable. Give it some type of measurable number that can be utilized. Substantial or sufficient. Same thing, right? You don't want to use substantial or sufficient. You're being very general. And then timely goes exactly with the quick and the rapid. It's not anything that can be measured. So again, you want your requirements to be specific, measurable, attainable, reasonable, and traceable. If you can make your requirements, all of your requirements meet those 5 things, if you can make smart requirements, your design team, your development team, your testing team, and your business users will love you because it'll make make a lot easier sense as they work through the document on exactly what it's stating. It'll make the design a lot easier, development a lot easier, and in the end, the testers will be able to test and validate those requirements, and the business will get what they're looking for.